everyone, welcome to the English drill. Today we are going to discuss an additional set of phrasal verbs. So the very first phrasal verb is related to the word come. The first one is come across. Come across means to usually find something quite by accident. Come across. I came across my childhood friend at the shopping mall. I came across my childhood friend at the shopping mall. So you suddenly found your childhood friend, you discovered your childhood friend who you've obviously been out of touch for a very long period of time. You suddenly found your childhood friend at the shopping mall. I came across my childhood friend at the shopping mall. Come along. Come along. So come along means to accompany someone. To accompany someone. So again, going back to the shopping mall example, you can use it in a sentence like, my best friend accompanied me to the shopping mall. My best friend came along with me to the shopping mall. So accompany becomes come along. My best friend accompanied me to the shopping mall is the same as my best friend came along with me to the shopping mall. The next one is come apart. Come apart means to break or separate. To break or separate. He dropped the toy robot from his hands and immediately it all came apart. He dropped the toy robot from his hand and immediately it all came apart. Means it all broke immediately the moment it touched the ground. The next one is come back. Okay, come back is very easy, as you already know. Coming back to where you originally belong, that's the meaning. Anything that comes back, that returns to where it originally belongs. So come back. You can use it in a very simple sentence like, after he spent 5 years studying in abroad, his parents asked him to come back home. The next one is come through. Come through means to survive or to endure something. Very simple. You can use it in a dialogue with your friend. For example, I know you're going through a very hard time now, but I'm also sure that you'll quickly come through. It means you will quickly endure it and emerge out of it victorious. You will survive this. Everything is going to be fine and you're going to be stronger after this storm blows away. The next one is come up. Come up means to come towards or to approach something or someone. To come towards or to approach something or someone. For example, she came up to me and said sorry. She came up to me and said sorry. The next one is come over. Come over. Come over means a certain change that has been affected in someone or something. Someone or something going through a particular kind of change. A certain change that has affected a person or anything. For example, after the death of her favorite teacher, a strange, somber silence came over Rita. After the death of her favorite teacher, a strange, somber silence came over Rita. The next one is cut down. It's a different set of phrasal verbs altogether now. We are done with come. Now we move on to cut. And the first one is cut down. Cut down is also very simple. It means to bring something down by cutting it. Okay, you're not allowed to cut down trees in this neighborhood. A very simple sentence example. The next one is cut off. Cut off. To stop something from continuing. To stop something from continuing. For example, it is always wise to cut off toxic friends. It is always wise to cut off toxic friends. The next one is cut out. Cut out. To remove or omit something. To remove or omit something. For example, your essay looks perfect, but you might want to cut out the third last paragraph. It's extra. Okay, your essay looks perfect, but you might want to cut out the third last paragraph. It is extra. The next one is cut through. Cut through means to take a shortcut through something. To take a shortcut through something. Okay? For example, the bridge cuts through the river. The bridge cuts through the river, or anything else. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bridge. It can be anything related to shortcuts. It can be a lane, a by-lane, anything that takes you faster towards your destination. The next one is cut up. Cut up means cut into smaller pieces or parts. To cut something into smaller pieces or parts. For example, I was entrusted with the responsibility to cut up the vegetables for the picnic feast. I was entrusted with the responsibility to cut up the vegetables for the picnic feast. The next set of phrasal verbs will be related to the word look. The first one is look out. Look out. To always be aware. Look out for something. To keep your eyes open for something. So, for example, a sentence like, she always looked out for her friends. That is what made her so special to them. She always looked out for her friends. That is what made her so special to them. Looked out means, here in this sentence, it means that she always kept her eyes and ears open. And she always made sure that her friends were not harmed by anyone, or they did not land up in any kind of unpleasant situation. She was like their protector, always looking out for them. The next one is look up. Look up. Look up means to have better prospects, to improve. To have better prospects, to improve. For example, a sentence like, after doing his higher studies abroad, his career seemed to look up. His career seemed to look up. Meaning, it seemed like he had a lot of better prospects in front of him, ahead of him, after doing his higher studies abroad. The next one is look down. Look down. So a simple meaning of look down will be when you're looking down at something from an elevated position. But look down is also used in a different sense. When you look down upon someone or when you look down on someone, it means that you're treating the other person to be inferior to you. You think of yourself as superior to the other person you are looking down on. For example, a sentence like, never look down upon the underprivileged. It does not reflect well upon your character. Never look down upon the underprivileged. It does not reflect well upon your character. The next one is look into. Look into. Look into means to investigate something. To investigate something. So for example, if you're writing a letter to the mayor about any particular problem in your neighborhood. So at the end of the letter, you often include this sentence before writing yours faithfully or whatever. Kindly look into this matter. Kindly look into this matter, meaning kindly examine this matter in detail, kindly investigate the matter. This is what look into means. The next one is with the phrasal verb make. Make after. Make after means to chase someone, to run after someone. As soon as the thief picked my pocket, the guy beside me made after him. As soon as the thief picked my pocket, the guy beside me made after him. Made after meaning started chasing him. Next one is make up. Makeup is simple, apply cosmetics on your face. That is one kind of makeup. But there's also another kind of makeup which means to compensate. To compensate. Okay? So if you have unintentionally harmed someone, you're trying to make amends, you can use the phrasal verb make up there too. Or you can also use it in a sentence like, I don't know how I shall make up for this loss. I don't know how I shall make up for this loss. Meaning you don't know how to, compensate for your loss. Whatever it is that you've lost, you don't know how to reverse it. You don't know how to mend it or correct it or how to get over it. The next one is pass away. A new set of phrasal verbs with the word pass. Pass away means to die. Pass away is like an euphemism for death. So instead of saying that the old man in our village died, you can use the word pass away. It's an euphemism. The old man in our village passed away. So instead of saying something unpleasant like die, you kind of, reduce the effect of that unpleasant news by using the words pass away instead of using directly died. The next one is pass by. Pass by means to travel past something, to walk past something without stopping. To travel or walk past something without stopping. For example, a sentence like, I was on my way to school this morning, I passed by your house. So I traveled past your house without stopping. It's not like I stopped before your house to peep into the garden and look in through the windows to see what's happening inside. No, I just traveled past without stopping. The next one is pass out. Pass out. Pass out means to faint. To faint, to become unconscious, to lose your consciousness, to become senseless. Pass out. For example, a sentence like, don't exert yourself so much on the very first day of exercise, you might pass out. Don't exert yourself so much on the very first day of exercise, you might pass out. You might faint due to all the exertion if you try to, exercise too much on the very first day. Pass out can also refer to another kind of meaning, distribute or to hand out. Kindly pass out the papers in the classroom. kindly pass out the papers in the classroom, meaning kindly distribute or hand out the papers in the classroom. The next one is pick. Another set of new phrasal verbs with the word pick. There are two major contexts in which the word pick is used as a phrasal verb, and the first one is pick out and the next one is pick up, and many students get confused between the two and use them interchangeably. But these two phrasal verbs, they have very, very different meanings. Pick out means to distinguish, to choose, to distinguish. So for example, a sentence like, as the class prefect, I was given the responsibility of picking out the most physically fit boys in our class. To pick out the most physically fit boys in our class. So I was given the responsibility to choose those boys who were the most physically fit. Pick out. So there are many students in the class. I have to pick those boys out who are physically fit. The next one is pick up. Now you cannot use this in the first sentence. As the class prefect, I was given the responsibility to pick up the most physically fit boys in the class. You cannot do that because pick up means to lift something. To lift something from the ground, to raise something up. So pick up. If you've dropped something on the ground or on the floor, you can pick it up. So for example, a sentence like, I lost 5 kgs just picking up dumbbells. I lost 5 kgs just by picking up dumbbells. Okay, so you can do different things using dumbbells, and mostly it's related to, picking them up and then again putting them down. So you lost 5 kgs doing just that. Pick up also means to grasp or understand something. To grasp or understand something. Okay, so for example, a sentence like, having lived in Paris for 5 years, she picked up some French. Having lived in Paris for 5 years, she picked up some French. It means because she spent 5 years in Paris, he picked up or she picked up the language French. She started to understand the language French. She started speaking a little bit of that language. So slowly she started to understand how French is spoken, how the language is used, and so on. So you can use it for any language. Having lived 5 years in Germany, she picked up some German. Having lived 5 years in Paris, she picked up some French. You get the picture. The next phrasal verb is look over. Look over means to examine something quickly. We will look over these files for you. We will look over these files for you. We will quickly look through these files. We look over these files for you. And the next one is look through, which I just mentioned while stating the sentence example with look over. And look through also has the same kind of meaning. Look through also means to read something quickly, to examine or read something quickly. For example, a sentence like, I have looked through the book, but I have had no chance to finish reading it. I have looked through the book, but I have had no chance to finish reading it. The next one is look after. Look after, and this is simple. Look after means to watch or take care of someone or something. to watch over or to take care of someone or something. For example, I looked after my friend's dog when she was away. I looked after my friend's dog when she was away. The next one is look ahead. Look ahead. Look ahead means to think about what may happen in the future. To consider future possibilities, to think about what may happen in the future. For example, always look ahead before making a decision for your company. Always look ahead before making a decision for your company. So always consider future possibilities. Don't take decisions just in the heat of the moment. Always consider future possibilities. The next one is look round. Look round means to visit a place and look at all the different things you find there. Look all around you. For example, a sentence like, I spent a whole day looking around the new city. I spent a whole day looking around the new city. The next one is look at. Look at is simple when you directly look at someone, or look at also means to think about a subject very, very carefully. To think about a subject, anything, very, very carefully. For example, we are looking at the various possibilities. We are looking at the various possibilities. Or we are looking at all the prospective candidates for this job. We are looking at all the prospective candidates for this job. The next one is look back. Look back. Look back means to think about something that has happened in the past. To think about something that has happened in the past. For example, when I look back at my childhood, I am filled with happy memories. When I look back at my childhood, I am filled with happy memories. A very simple one. The next one is look for. Look for. Look for means to search for someone or something. To search for someone or something. For example, I'm looking for my friend Ria. Have you seen her? I'm looking for my friend Ria. Have you seen her? So you're searching for your friend Ria. So that's it for this video. See you soon in the next video. Hope you learned something new from this video. Hope you've noted down all the different phrasal verbs that I've just discussed here. Please use them in your essays. Please use them in whatever you're writing in order to make your writing, essay, composition, letter more effective and flawless. Thank you. That's all for this video. See you once again in the next video.